Given that the importance of that relationship, do you support the president's plan to build a wall?
Look, we have a wall in San Diego. We've had one for a long time. The wall isn't going to solve all the problems for San Diego. All we've talked about in terms of infrastructure in San Diego, it's really reinforcing areas that may not be existing today or in disrepair, for example. But I've talked to the agency itself, U.S. Customs and Border Protection, and said, hey, is a wall going to solve all of our problems? Well, San Diego is a perfect test case for no, it's not. Continual investments in technology are going to be very helpful. I was pleased to see coming out of the administration an acknowledgement that we needed to make greater investments in technology. Also talking with the special agents that work on the border protection side that you don't hear a lot about. They said, actually, to do our jobs better, we need additional dollars to pay informants. Because our job is not just to stop drugs at the border. Our job is to go in and take out the drug cartel. And we can't do that without these resources. So we have a wall in San Diego. It's not even a discussion point into the future in terms of how do we best manage as a border community. We need to make investments in technology. We need to make investments in perhaps informants, other creative ways. But I think in order to come up with these solutions, we have to talk to the boots on the ground, the people that are trying their best to do their job each and every day to keep all of our communities safe, keep a functional border so that we can have that strong binational relationship in place.
I mean, when President Trump has come to visit the San Diego border, he didn't tour investments in technology, and he didn't tour money for informants, and he didn't tour the existing fence. He toured prototypes of a new structure that would be built in San Diego and elsewhere that, he has called a wall. And
well, maybe I'm not on the same page.
I'm asking if you support that new structure that he has come specifically to tout that it's being built.
So here's how I understand it, and I could be wrong. You'd have to ask the president on this one. But the prototypes were being built here in San Diego. We already have a wall, so it was a place to come and demonstrate that a wall does exist in a community. But it was never my impression that our infrastructure was being torn down and replaced with the new prototypes that were there at all. But again, that's a question for the administration and not really one that I can answer. And I don't know what's in his head. So much of what elected officials do are photo ops. They're opportunities just to get out. And I'm sure he has put in plenty of time looking on the technology side too, because they've agreed to the financial commitment of that. San Diego actually was a pilot city for new drone technology. I'm not sure if that was a consideration. But again, I can't speak for the administration. I can speak for the work I'm doing on the county board, though.